Most people believe that to see Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, you must go to temples, worship idols, read ancient books, live in forests, or meditate for thousands of years. This belief is very common. We grow up hearing stories, doing rituals, and following traditions, so this idea feels natural. But this belief is incomplete. It looks only at outer forms and forgets to ask what those forms really mean. When religion becomes only about images and rituals, people stop thinking. Faith turns into habit. People repeat actions, but they don't understand why they are doing them. Even today, in Kali Yuga, you can see the work of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Not in stories, not in imagination, and not by blindly believing anything. You can see their work happening every single day, right in front of your eyes if you know what to look for. This does not need miracles. It does not need special powers. It only needs awareness and observation. This also does not mean that Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva do not exist. Hindu philosophy never says that. Anyone who says that has misunderstood it. Hindu thought clearly says that the highest form of the divine is beyond human senses. Our eyes and minds are limited. In Kali Yuga, the human mind is always distracted. We are busy, restless, and impatient. Because of this, we may not see divine forms directly. But not seeing something does not mean it is not there. We cannot see gravity, but we experience it every second. We cannot see time, but we live inside it. In the same way, divine forces continue to work even if we cannot see their forms. Creation, protection, and change never stop, not for belief, not for disbelief. The ancient sages did not sit and invent gods. They were careful observers of life. They watched nature closely. They watched birth, growth, aging, decay, death, seasons, and time. They asked simple but powerful questions. What brings things into existence? What keeps them running smoothly? What ends them and makes space for something new? What they discovered was not imagination. It was experience. To explain these deep truths to common people, they used names, forms, and stories. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva were teaching tools to explain how reality works at different levels of understanding. Hindu philosophy was never only about worshipping forms. It was about training the way we see the world. Forms were used because the human mind needs help at the beginning. Just like a child learns with pictures before learning words, symbols were needed first. But symbols were never meant to replace understanding. As a person grows, attention naturally moves from image to meaning, from ritual to understanding. Mature understanding does not reject worship. It simply goes deeper than worship. Before we understand where to look, we must clearly understand what Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva actually stand for. Brahma stands for creation. Not just one-time creation, but ongoing creation. Every time something new appears, an idea, a plant, a life, a thought, creation is happening. Whenever something moves from nothing into something, that creative power is active. This is Brahma's work. Vishnu stands for preservation. This means balance and stability. Preservation is what keeps things running without falling apart. It is quiet, steady, and often ignored. But without preservation, nothing would last even for a moment. The regular flow of life, repeated cycles, and order in nature all exist because of preservation. This is Vishnu's work. Shiva stands for transformation through endings. Nothing can grow forever. Nothing can stay the same forever. When something finishes its purpose, it must end so something new can begin. Death, decay, rest, and change are not enemies of life. Without them, life would stop moving. This transforming power is Shiva's work. At the deepest level, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva are not three separate beings fighting for control. They are three connected actions of the same reality. If even one stops, existence collapses. These actions existed before humans named them and will continue even if names disappear. Now, an important point must be clear. Hinduism includes temples, idols, chants, and rituals for a reason. They help people focus, feel devotion, and build discipline. This explanation does not reject them. It simply adds another layer. It invites the mind to understand, not just the heart to believe. So now the question becomes very simple. What visible force on earth shows creation, preservation, and destruction together, every day, without stopping? The answer is the sun. The sun does not replace Brahma, Vishnu, or Shiva. The sun shows their work in a way human beings can clearly see. Without the sun, life cannot begin. Plants need sunlight to grow. Animals depend on plants. Humans depend on both. Every food chain starts with solar energy. This is not belief. This is science. This is creation happening before your eyes. The sun also preserves life. It controls day and night. It controls seasons. It supports farming, climate balance, and natural cycles. Even our sleep depends on it. If this balance changes even a little, life suffers. This steady balance is preservation in action. The sun also destroys. Too much heat dries water, burns forests, kills crops, and ends life. This is not cruelty. It is correction. Destruction removes imbalance and forces renewal. What cannot adjust ends. What survives grows stronger. One visible source. 3 powerful actions. Happening every single day, whether you believe it or not. This is why ancient thinkers respected the sun. Not because it was a god with a face, but because it clearly showed how life works. The sun teaches without speaking. Those who observed carefully moved from worship to understanding. In Kali Yuga, seeing divine forms may be rare, but understanding divine work is possible for everyone. You don't need to reject science for this. Science actually helps you see it more clearly. This kind of understanding does not weaken faith. It strengthens it. Blind belief breaks under doubt. Understanding stays firm. When devotion is supported by clarity, it becomes respect, not fear. So when someone says Om Surya Devaya Nama, they are not rejecting Brahma, Vishnu, or Shiva. They are respecting the visible power through which the deities of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva are clearly working on earth. In Kali Yuga, we may not see their divine forms directly, but we can clearly see their creation, preservation, and transformation happening through the sun. Divinity is not always hidden in temples or stories. Sometimes it rises quietly every morning, supports all life without asking anything, and sets every evening, teaching balance, discipline, and change. Now, ask yourself honestly, do you see gods only as images to worship? Or can you also see them as forces that run reality itself? If you stayed till the end, thank you. That means you are searching for understanding, not just tradition. If this helped you see things more clearly, share your thoughts in the comments. Do you feel understanding makes faith deeper? Share this video so others can move beyond surface belief. Like and subscribe if you want more content that connects tradition, logic, and real life. Tomorrow morning, when the sun rises, will you see only light? Or will you see creation, balance, and change happening right in front of you? Om Surya Devaya Nama.